Let's talk about Chief Keef today. So Chief Keef is without a doubt one of the most respected, well-behaved is quite a nice word to use, but all jokes aside, Chief Keef is a legend within the rap industry, music industry, whatever you want to call it. So let's talk about him today. So I actually, fun fact, grew up listening to Chief Keef. His first song he got released was in 2012. I Don't Like, featuring Lil Reese in the video. That was probably the hardest verse Lil Reese ever spit in a goddamn song. Come Outside is also a very good song of Lil Reese, but yeah, not really there. Chief Keef, let's talk about who he is and how he elevated from being a street person to becoming a multi-millionaire and till this day a very successful artist. Now you gotta remember, Chief Keef was very young when he started off his career. He was around 15, 17 years when he started his career. The guy is like 25 today already, and it feels like he's been in the game for 20 years. That's how young he still actually is. About Chief Keef, his real name, Keith Pharrell Cozart, better known by his stage name Chief Keef, is an American rapper, singer, songwriter, and record producer. Cozart's music first became popular during his teen years in the early 2010s among high school students from Chicago's South Side. So he's 25 years old already. Crazy. It feels like he's been so long in the game. He's such a well-respected artist. Now, don't get yourself twisted. He has run into the law multiple times. He's run into some altercations with previous record labels he's been with. He's been also kicked out of multiple houses that he got eventually because of neighbors' complaint. He moved out, etc. And he's, I guess, just chilling and doing his own shit in LA. I'm assuming he's living, and he's 1'83", so he's not the smallest guy. So, let's see. What neighborhood is Chief Keef originally from? Washington Park. He is named after his deceased uncle Keith Carter, who was known as Big Keef. He lived at the Parkway Garden Homes, locally known as O Block. O Block, you've probably heard about that name referenced often in music videos of Lil Durk. Chief Keef was also mentioned multiple times in his song O Block. That kind of stuff. Locally known as O Block, located in the Washington Park neighborhood on the city's south side, a stronghold for the Black Disciple Street Gang, of which Chief Keef is a member, so BDs. You also got the GDs, Gangster Disciples. Very interesting. You also got GDK, Gangster Disciple Killers, BDK, Blood Disciple. No, I'm mistaken. Sorry. Also got something with Bloods, but from New York, I think. But King Von is also from O Block. The thing is with King Von and Lil Durk is they weren't allowed to be around each other anymore because of a case that they were beating, which they did beat. I don't want to talk about it because it's not about them. But yeah, Chief Keef. I grew up with this guy. His music. It's very strange. A lot of people would arguably say that he was the creator of drill music. Goddamn, I do believe so. The beats that he used, the way he flew on the beat, and still to this day he makes music. Not a lot of music anymore. I'm not gonna goddamn dick ride it and say every song of him is good. No, I don't. There's a couple of songs only that I can really say I really love or loved about Chief Keef. So, like one or two songs of Lil Reese are also good. He's called the Grim Reaper, by the way, Lil Reese, for a reason. That guy is invisible. Guy's got immortal lives. Where was Chief Keef raised? Well, we already see that. He was raised in Southside Chicago and raised in Washington Park. Now, the thing is, right, with Chief Keef, even if you don't follow him a lot, you'll notice that he doesn't really like to do interviews. He is, unfortunately, just like Lil Durk and some other artists well known in the industry, has lost people as well. And he's very closed about it. He does not really disclose too much information on the outside world. Because, you gotta realize this guy grew up in the streets. He didn't grow up on the goddamn internet nowadays. As, a lot of artists and rappers nowadays, you must remember and realize, a lot of these artists nowadays are the pure for entertainment. So most of the stuff they say in their raps is goddamn cap. Chief Keef didn't cap, has never been capped. He's a well-respected artist because of that. But nowadays, a lot of artists do cap in their songs because of entertainment. People like to hear stuff that isn't real, that sounds real, but it's not. He's got a lot of street cred. He's got a lot of street love and stuff. But there's a reason he's also left Chicago, because of all the bullshit in the state, and because he didn't want to stay there, because Chicago is a very dark place. It is the highest capital in America as well, one of the, when it comes to shootings and stuff. It's a very dark, dangerous place. Now, of course, there are beautiful places in Chicago, but when I think of the word Chicago, I think about Chief Keef. Let's not forget Polo G is also from Chicago. I'm not sure if Polo G is from O Block as well. I don't know, but King Von, I think, was from O Block. Those are like apartments with like low income stuff, like low chances, high chance of getting into gang activities and stuff. But I don't think police comes around too often there, but it's really interesting. He left Chicago because he wanted a new life. He didn't want to stay there, and he hasn't been in Chicago in over 7-8 years, he said as well. Ain't been to my hometown in a while. In one of his songs, he featured like Wozo, Street Cat, last year, January. He's mentioned he hasn't been into his hometown or home planet in a long time, and he doesn't intend to go back. And he also doesn't do shows anymore, I think in O-Block as well, or just in Chicago in general. So it's a very interesting story. And like I said, I grew up with this artist, and awesome, man. You see, the thing is nowadays, kids won't unfortunately appreciate from these eras artists like Chief Keef, goddamn Lil Wayne, Eminem, Kanye West. People just think, man, these are just some goddamn old heads. They need to shut up. But you must remember, a lot of these artists from the 2000s, 2010s, 15s have had a massive impact on today's industry / society. Soulja Boy as well is one of them. A lot of people say he's irrelevant, but he's got receipts for almost everything that he said I did at first. So let's keep it very honest. You gotta give credit where credit is due. Like, these people deserve the credit because they are one of the few to actually put this out in the world, and Chief Keef was one of the first to really inform me on drill. But nowadays, like I said, Chief Keef is just chilling and stuff, doing his own stuff, minding his own business. He is very active on social media, believe it or not. I think he's adapted to that acceptance of, yeah, people want to see me on the internet, but let's just keep it normal, no dumb stuff. He does his own thing. You never really hear anything negative about Chief Keef anymore, about beefs and that. He keeps himself out of that entertainment part because he doesn't need to. He's got a very strong, solid fan base. He can drop music once in a while and it gets, without any promo, he can get 1 million views in a week. Very impressive for an artist who does not promote the music, because he's just chilling and sapping. He's a multi-millionaire. What else does he have to do, you know? He's loving life. So how much is he worth? $1 million apparently, estimate. I think he's worth more with the house, chains, you know, etc. Very interesting. Wow. Well, let's talk a little bit more about Chief Keef. During his teen years in the 2010s among high school students from Chicago South, but in 2012, his popular local single "I Don't Like," which is his most viewed to the song, was remixed by American rapper Kanye West and reached the Billboard's Rap Top 20. I did not know that Kanye West. Wow. Further raising Kozar's profile, a bidding war between major labels resulted in Keef signing with Interscope. His debut album, Finally Rich, was released in December 2012 and featured the singles "I Don't Like" and "Love So Sad," also a classic, which would popularize the Chicago rap subgenre drill. Chief Keef. Do you want to read a little bit of this? This is Chief Keef for those who do not know who he looks like. This guy's been in the game for more than 10 years. That is impressive and still to this day is very relevant. You don't see that often with artists nowadays, that they can maintain and keep that relevancy without even having to promo or sneak review a song or snippet. It's incredible. It's really impressive, man. So let's see what else he's got. He's been since 2008. My bad. Sorry. His labels: E1, RBC, Feel My Music, Fontana, Glow Gang, which is like his motto, his slogan. 1017, Brick Squad, and Interscope. Now you gotta realize a lot of artists signed to Interscope unfortunately don't release a lot of music. He's got 4 children. If there's one thing about Chief Keef, he's got like 4 children, but he takes very good care of his children. His children come in front of him. But this is the thing, dark side. Chief Keef has faced ongoing legal issues during his career, including weapons possession charges, house arrest sentences, and a performance ban imposed by Chicago authorities because of the potential danger and threat that he could be. The gang war. If you don't understand how it works, you gotta do research on it, but for those who know what I'm talking about, you know what it means. Though he was dropped from Interscope in late 2014 and later signed to 1070 Records, he continued self-releasing projects through his own Logan label. So he signed to Gucci Mane. Wow. I didn't know that. These included Nobody 2014, Back from the Dead 2 2014, Bang 3 2015, and Thoughtbreaker 2017. In recent years, critics have pointed to Chief Keef as a major influence on contemporary hip-hop through his innovation with the drill subgenre and the impact of his music on other artists, which we can't deny. Gotta give respect and credit where it's due. It's gorgeous. Now, obviously, you got Lil Durk, Polo G, King Von, which rest in peace to King Von, tragic incident. But let's keep it honest here. King Von shouldn't have done it in the first place without knowing potential consequences. If you think that he wasn't armed, it's a sad thing. But Lil Reese Feather Santana, who passed away. Wait, Soulja Boy from Chicago? I see people also search for. Oh yeah, he is from Chicago. Wow, I didn't know that. Chicago. Oh my god. Check this out. Famous Dex is also from Chicago. I thought. Wow. I think Famous Dex. Wait, hold up. Are these all from Chicago? Very interesting. Chief Keef is the GOAT, and I don't care what you say. Hate him or love him, but you can't deny that Chief Keef has definitely had a major influence, and still to this day has a major influence in the industry, and he is well loved by a majority of people. People seem to love Chief Keef for who he is and what he's done and does, and I can appreciate it. Some would arguably say he's an old head, but he's only 25 and he's been in the game since 2008, but his major hit was in 2012. I Don't Like, featuring Lil Reese. Incredible. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video on today's in today's video. I will see you guys in tomorrow's new video. Got no clue, God knows what video coming up tomorrow, but really hope you guys enjoyed this interesting facts about Chief Keef. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Hey, peace out, man. Have a great day. Oh, before I actually end this video, sorry, should I make a video on Soulja Boy and some other artists? Let me know. Hey, peace out for real, man.